Even if every TV show is destined to end at some point, that surely doesn't stop audiences from being extremely disappointed when it actually happens. However, while the same could be said about History Channel's show Ice Road Truckers, due to its unclear and unconfirmed cancellation, the truth is that many fans have come to terms with the fact that the show most likely won't be back on air. That being said, the show's big fan favorites, such as Lisa Kelly, are undoubtedly still missed by the audience, who would like to know what's really up with her career nowadays, if she's on good terms with her former network, and even if she's still a trucker. If you're one of those who also want to know what happened to Lisa Kelly after Ice Road Truckers, then you're watching the right vid. Fortunately for all of us, Lisa Kelly was one of the few Ice Road Truckers who didn't abandon public life after the show ended in 2017. Thanks to her official Facebook page, which has amassed almost 1 million followers, we know many details about her current life, such as that she's still a trucker, living in Alaska, but doesn't have any ongoing TV projects. Lisa is currently an owner-operator, an important level up in her career, for which she had to make some sacrifices, including moving to Fairbanks from Wasilla, where she had lived for almost a decade. That being said, the toughest part wasn't just leaving home, but her beloved animals, as she showed in her heartfelt video posted on her Facebook page, in which she said goodbye to her ponies. Though it's clear that she still owns her home and the animals are being taken care of for the time being, she admitted to not knowing exactly when she'll return home. As her most loyal fans might remember, Lisa worked for Carlisle Transportation during her time in Ice Road Truckers. However, she apparently left the company not long after the show ended and worked for Trucker Friends for a couple of years before finally starting this new business. It's known that fame doesn't always end with positive results, but luckily for Lisa, in her case it did. While happily establishing her own business is undoubtedly a product of her hard work, her huge popularity has assured Lisa a lot of sponsorships and deals after the end of Ice Road Truckers. For starters, Lisa often makes public appearances in trucking and anything automotive exhibitions and fairs, touring North America to attend events such as Dallas's Great American Trucking Show and the Quebec's Diesel Fest in Saint-Eustache, just to name two. Despite not pursuing an influencer career, Lisa notably gets quite a lot of sponsorships from companies related to the vehicle world. These promotional deals have also opened further opportunities for Lisa, such as her online series Life on the Big Road with Lisa Kelly in 2021, sponsored by the electronic tracking device company Big Road. This project allowed a deeper insight into her current life, becoming the closest thing to a TV series she's been involved with since Ice Road Truckers. As if that wasn't enough, in 2021, Lisa launched her YouTube channel on which she shares the most relevant events related to her life. All in all, it's great to see her so actively pursuing new opportunities and making the best out of her job. Ice Road Truckers was surely one of the most beloved reality TV shows from the last decade. Its successful 2007 premiere could be explained by the audience's attraction to the inherent danger of ice trucking, but what really kept people tuning in season after season, besides the obvious drama, was the show's memorable cast. All of this came to an unfortunate end in 2018 when the show's renewal never came, after the 11th season wrapped up. Though at first, hopeful fans thought maybe History Channel was giving the series a shorter breather. In March that year, the veteran trucker Alex Stebogorski openly admitted he didn't know exactly what was happening with Ice Road Truckers. "I have not heard a peep from those guys, so I guess the show is in the dustbin of history?" Pun intended. He wrote on a Facebook post. Not long afterwards, History's executive producer Susan Iavoli admitted that the show's future was undefined. Regarding the possibility of a spin-off, in 2019, Lisa Kelly suggested that it wasn't far-fetched, but nothing had been agreed yet. "I'm cool if they do, and if they don't, I guess I'll have to go be a real truck driver again. It's been nice to be a normal person again," she told Truckers News. Considering how long it's been since Ice Road Truckers ended, it's safe to assume that the show isn't returning anytime soon, if ever. Even if Ice Road Truckers probably won't be back on air, it's never out of place to remember where and how its most memorable stars started. In the case of Lisa Kelly, regardless of being born in Grand Rapids, Michigan, she's an Alaskan through and through. When she was 6 years old, her family moved to Sterling, Alaska, where they established themselves on a mini farm located near a very small town. Growing up in that environment surely influenced Lisa's love for animals and her simple and amiable nature, but it also taught her her father's strict work ethic. Her first jobs when still in high school were in gas stations and convenience stores until she matriculated and moved back to Michigan to attend Cornerstone University, but where she only lasted a semester. I knew what I wanted to go to a specialty school that mainly taught the kinds of things that I wanted to learn, she wrote on her now-defunct personal website. Lisa never made it through said school and instead ended up taking a variety of small jobs before deciding what her next and least semi-permanent step would be. Just as many things in life, Lisa Kelly's debut into the trucking world would just naturally happen. After working as a pizza restaurant's deliverer and then doing the same job for a bakery, Lisa soon realized that she loved being behind the wheel. Knowing well that she needed to obtain many certifications to level up her game, she got a job as a school bus driver, which provided her with the necessary free training and licensing she needed to later apply for a trucking job. Carlisle Transportation was the only truck company that ever took her seriously, giving her a spot as a courier driver, which allowed her to use her free time to practice big truck driving. A year after joining Carlisle, Lisa obtained her trucking license, and sometime afterwards, Carlisle invited her to join an ongoing History Channel show as its first woman cast member, and not having a problem with it, she eagerly accepted. I was really excited at first. I was telling everybody, even strangers I didn't know, guess what? I'm going to be on TV, she confessed to Daily News. Lisa joined Ice Road Truckers in its third season and rapidly became a fan favorite. While her popularity keeps bringing her both positive and negative things to this day, the mark Lisa left on the show is impossible to erase. When Ice Road Truckers' fourth season was airing in 2010, Lisa was cast to appear in the show's first and only spinoff, Deadliest Roads. This new show took Lisa and her co-stars to the Himalayas in India, where they took big risks to deliver several loads while driving over some of the most dangerous roads on Earth. Despite the danger of it all, Lisa successfully completed her journey of delivering supplies, Hindu statues, and even animals up into the Asian mountains. The season wrapped up with her fellow co-stars Rick Yam and Dave Redman abandoning their last job in the country for weather reasons, leaving Lisa the only one who completed her mission of a load of jet fuel to a rescue team. The second season in South America saw Lisa put her driving skills to the limit again. This time she wasn't on the road alone, but with Dave Redman, but who abandoned in the first episode and left trucker G.W. Bowles to become Lisa's assistant driver. However, even with a co-driver, she admitted that the experience was one of the scariest in her life. In Bolivia, the truck was hanging the outside dual off the cliff most of the time, she said in a question and answer session on Facebook. Following Deadliest Roads' second season wrap-up, Lisa Kelly took a deserved break from TV. Of course, this surprised her fans, but her time off was really something she needed. Filming the Ice Road Truckers' fifth season, on top of spending several weeks abroad for Deadliest Roads, definitely took its toll on Lisa, who chose to take things easy for at least a year and enjoy her normal, simple life away from cameras. However, this doesn't mean that her work relationship with her camera crews and producers was at all difficult. As she affirms, some of them even became her friends. It helps having someone to talk to and hang out with and be friends with. It just makes the ride more interesting, she told Hollywood Soapbox. Despite that, Lisa actually prefers driving alone most of the time. As she affirmed in the aforementioned interview, driving is her me time, which is one of the reasons she doesn't enjoy seeing herself on TV. It's just hanging out with cool people and making friends and traveling around and driving different trucks and just having the experience that I enjoy so much. Although Lisa returned to the show for the seventh season, her time away from cameras was surely positive for her. It would be far-fetched to say that Lisa Kelly had a feud with some of her Ice Road Truckers co-stars, but there was still a lot of bad blood between them. Rick Yem had controversial opinions about Lisa, accusing her of having a diva attitude, allegedly not driving 90% of the time, on top of claiming that the show had lied regarding her time behind the wheel. Let's see, without production manipulation, who are the better drivers? Seasoned drivers like myself and Dave, or show-made drivers like Lisa and GW. They are show-made people, he told Hulik. Hugh Rowland also never bit his tongue while criticizing, and once suggested that Lisa was there only for ratings. They brought her in there so guys like me and you will watch the show, he said on a video posted on the YouTube channel Joshua Nanny. The episode in which he stated that she shouldn't be a driver because she was a girl is also well remembered. Despite their claims, Lisa told the Los Angeles Times that she didn't know where Hugh's animosity came from. I don't know if he really does, or that's just TV banter. I've never asked him, and I don't really care. Even if receiving such rude treatment from a fellow coworker would have taken a toll on almost anyone, Lisa is notably very confident in not paying attention to it. By debuting in Ice Road Trucker's third season, Lisa became the first woman to join the show, a status she maintained until Maya Sieber joined in the fifth season. However, despite all the changes, her hiatus from the series, and its ultimate cancellation, Lisa remains one of the most popular stars from the series even to this day. That being said, not everyone warmed to her at the start. Besides the animosity steamed off from some of her fellow co-stars, Lisa also faced a lot of discrimination in the trucking industry for being a woman, starting with not being contracted in her early career, despite being qualified, to also constantly having her abilities underestimated. I had to work twice as hard. I had to pull my weight and everybody else's and get the job done as fast or faster, she told Daily News in 2009. Although being told several times that she doesn't look like a trucker surely weren't the most pleasant experiences, Lisa truly doesn't care about not fitting people's stereotypes and claims that trying too hard doesn't work. All in all, Lisa Kelly is more than just a trucker who became famous on TV. She's actually an example that working hard and being genuine can always put people on the right path of life. Thank you for spending some time with us. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpick these videos, which we recommend you watch next. You can talk to us on all social medias or ask a question in the comments below. Thank you for being with us, and we'll see you back tomorrow.